Welcome to the Church of Tongues. The Power of Words, Sermon 3208. When I was growing up, I was taught a valuable lesson by my father. He told me that there were all sorts of power. Some of that power was in the form of our actions. Some of the power was money and possessions. Some came from your status in a society. The one thing that outshines them all is the power of words. He told me that with words, everything was possible. He also warned me that with that power came responsibility. Like most power, it can be used to help and heal, or hurt and destroy. I try to keep these ideas in mind when I speak and write. I have an impulsive way of communicating, so it has taken a great deal of practice to make my words into healers. As a minister, I try to make points that inspire others to try harder to be better people. I try to convey as best I can the love I feel when I do what God has asked of me. I relate stories with my words in an effort to lead people to talk with God. You may be saying to yourself that this does not work with you, that I would be saying you were wrong. In every interaction you have in this world, you too wield the power of words. You can choose words that help people or harm them. With every word you utter, you have a choice to make. Will you lash out with your power or try to mend the situation? I will give you some examples of these options. You go to a checkout line in a store. You only have one item. The person ahead of you has a full basket. You might start thinking that it will take all day for you to buy that one item. That could lead to the idea that the person ahead of you is in your way. They are somehow to blame for your delay. Now this person ahead of you sees that you have just one item. They wave you ahead saying that they do not want to have you have to wait. Now you have a choice. This person has just given you an unexpected gift. But on the other hand, you may have thought it was only right for them to get out of your way. What you say at this point could follow both you and that other person for the rest of the day. You could grunt and say, "Yeah, I thought I'd never get out of here with your basket being so full. Are you buying for a neighborhood or something?" Or you could look surprised and pleased, saying, "Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much for your kindness." I think that you can see that the first way could make the person regret having offered you this gift at all. Who knows, maybe they were buying for the old folks in their neighborhood that couldn't drive anymore. The second way was much more respectful. If after you moved up, you asked if they were shopping for others, they would probably tell you that they were trying to help others with that full basket. Okay, about kids. They often have a hard time thinking before they speak. You can be just like them. If you let them set the tone of the conversation, you will have missed a vital possibility to show them how it can be done. If you model thoughtful speech, the children and others in your life will learn whether you realize it or not. If you see a little old person sitting crying on a park bench, you have another opportunity to use words. You could reach into their sadness to comfort them. Your words can bring a measure of connection they may need, but don't know where to find. An example of great power is this environment in which you say your words. To warn people of a fire is one thing. To yell fire when there is none in a crowded movie theater is a horrible crime. That's why they have made a crime to do it. There had been instances of people yelling fire where great harm resulted. In the crowded situation, many people died from being crushed or trampled on their way to the emergency exit. If you use exaggeration in your words or out-and-out untruth, you could be put in a different category. Remember the story about the little shepherd who wanted to test his village? He wanted to see how fast they would come to his aid. He cried wolf. After a while, no one would come because he had misused his words. His words lost all ability to call help to his side because he used his warning in the wrong way. He lost the power of his words. How many times would you, offering a kind word, have changed everything? Consider the withholding judgment as well as actively speaking. If someone has had a horrible day, you have the power to change it. A harsh word could continue and worsen the attitude of that person. On the other hand, would it hurt you to say a kind word? I've seen a few well-chosen, supportive, kind words change a person's whole outlook. What a wonderful power to have. If you see injustice, you have another time where words can change the situation. You could easily think, it's not my problem. To that I'll quote a minister from World War II era. His name was Martin Niemöller, and he was a Presbyterian minister. In Germany, they came for the communists. I did not speak up because I wasn't communist. When they came for the Jews, I did not speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me, and by that time there was no one left to speak up for me. A well-placed word can move mountains. Reconcile our Gospel of Thomas, verse 48. Jesus said, if two can make peace with each other in this place, becoming one, they may say to a mountain, move, and it will be moved. When Jesus bound demons, he spoke on God's behalf. In God's name, he chained and sent them back where they came from. Jesus told us that we too could bind demons with the words he shared with us. So as you can see, words have many diverse ways to help and heal, as well as hurt and destroy. By withholding your words, you are also withholding the power inherent in them. As the new saying from the anti-AIDS campaign goes, your silence, as the new saying from the anti-AIDS campaign goes, your silence will not protect you. I ask everyone to assess your words before you blurt them out. Try to use them to connect with others instead of manipulating them. Try to calm fears to heighten them. Try to heal instead of wound. Try to understand the inherent power in what and how you say your words. God gave you a voice. Use this great gift wisely. God bless the whole world, no exception. Angel Eliza.